So you're a producer and you're an artist and you're trying to figure out, how do I record my vocals? How do I get those really crispy, nice sounding pop vocals or rap vocals or whatever? How do I get a good sounding recording in my bedroom or in my home studio? I'm going to show you right now. What is up, y'all? My name is Kirk, aka Vandal, and I'm best known for my music that's supported by Skrillex, Jack U, Party Favor, Adventure Club, and a bunch more. I've been producing for over 16 years. I also have written music for movies and have been able to release on some pretty substantial labels. I know what it's like to be someone on YouTube trying to figure out, like, there's a ton of resources already for free on YouTube, but then a lot of the times those resources lead to having to buy a course or having to buy some sort of coaching or something like that. I want to give you all of the knowledge I have for free. Without further ado, I'm going to try to help you record your music the best way you possibly can and finish songs the best way you possibly can. I'm going to give you everything I do. First things first, you've got to know which microphone to choose for which jobs. Probably search, how do I get this crispy sound? And maybe people have told you this, maybe not, but actually the microphone choice that you pick is so important. And secondly, the actual processing through the chain before you get it into your DAW is also very important too. Now, if you're a producer that's just starting out, you probably don't have thousands of dollars. You probably have like a Focusrite interface and then maybe a decent microphone. But what you're gonna wanna do is get away from those USB microphones and just invest in a good microphone. Whether that's an SM7B or SM57 or 58, actually you can make an SM58 sound really good, or if it's like a gauge or something like that. So let's jump in here and let's record some vocals, and I'll show you the difference between two types of microphones. All right, on the top here we have the Shure SM7B, and on the bottom we have the Gauge ECM87, which is a U87 clone. If we take a look at it here, this is the ECM87. It looks just like a U87. It's a great microphone. It's a condenser microphone, a large diaphragm condenser. And then we have obviously the SM7B, the one that you're hearing right now. So let's go ahead and just hit record on these, and we're gonna do some quick tests so you can get a feel for what they sound like. This is the sound of the SM7B, and this is the sound of the ECM87. I absolutely love large diaphragm condenser microphones. They sound so good. I mean, just take a listen to this one. You get that detail, you get all that clarity. The high end is there. You can hear the air coming through. It's actually a really incredible microphone to use when you're recording vocals that are singing or rapping or anything like that. Now, why would anyone use this microphone if this one sounds like this? So there's a couple of reasons why you would use this microphone over that microphone. What you want to do is actually think about what you're trying to record and the sound you're trying to get. A lot of the times, if you're using a large diaphragm condenser, that's going to be a more like pop sounding, very high gloss, very like clear and bright and nice sounding sound. And if you're going to use something like the SM7B, it's a little bit darker. It doesn't have as much high end. You don't really hear like the nice little air at the top that you would hear off of this one. Why am I using the SM7B? You can notice that the ECM87, the large diaphragm condensers, they're usually going to pick up a lot more sound in the room. Now you notice that this room is kind of noisy, so I'm going to use the SM7B because it doesn't pick up as much sound because it's not that loud of a microphone. But luckily you're able to actually hear it pretty good. And if you really wanted to, if I really wanted to actually kind of match that sound, I can really bump up this high end and get that air that I'm looking for. I can just get that air that sounds pretty good. So that being said, the microphone that you choose is really important. Don't use a USB microphone. Trust me, upgrade to something that takes an XLR, buy a decent interface, and go from there. In the next video, we're going to talk about your signal chain.